guys, Wendy here. I'm just taking a quick minute to defend myself against a couple of things that were said against me in the meeting on March 14th. As you know, our homeowners association is run by President Mark Hickson, who's also an Oakland County Sheriff's deputy. And there were two different times in the meeting he used the word fictitious. And he used the word fictitious to describe things that we know are true. He said the paths were fictitious, and he said something like, there's one person that's just making up complete fictitious stuff and putting it on the internet like emails, and I'm pretty sure he meant me. I think we all knew he meant me. So I'm just going to show you where those emails came from. I want to show you the emails in their entirety, and also address how he said that, well, I can't be middle of 3 a.m. I think he said 3 a.m. I can't be a middle of the night 3 a.m. keyboard warrior to respond to people or to respond to me. It was sort of vague, but I'm going to show you the dates and the times on these emails. He doesn't have to respond at 3 a.m. He responds to lots of emails not at 3 a.m. He did respond to one email at almost 3 a.m., but it wasn't to me. It had nothing to do with me. So let's get started. Here we are on the website, hawthornhillstransparency.org, which I started so everyone else could see these documents. I started this website because I started getting an enormous number of documents sent to me after I put letters in people's mailboxes protesting the delay of the meeting, and that's probably a whole other video, but here it is, and it's basically just chronological order, nothing fancy. Okay, so first we're going to look at, let's see where it is, 9/23/16. Okay, this is not an email, but this is when President Hickson first became president the first year. He was getting business cards provided to the officers, but that is, I guess, neither here nor there. Let's go to the emails. Okay, 5/3/19 is the next one. Okay, 5/3/19, here it is. The sources for all these documents are different residents that as soon as I put that letter in people's mailboxes with my email address on it, I was deluged with documents from people that were upset, that felt like they were treated unfairly. That should answer the question, why me? Because I started being the recipient of all this information. I felt like I needed to be a good steward of it and tell the truth, since I'm the one person that has all this. Now it's all on a website too. Okay, so let's see. Mark sends this on May 3rd, 2019 at 2:53 a.m., which is closest to 3 a.m. as any of these emails. It has nothing to do with me. He's choosing to email someone at 2:53 a.m. Incidentally, the email is to the provider that says, of the lights, that says, we're looking to move forward with this project in early 2020. We'll be going with approximately 55 lights. It's notable that this was on May 3rd, 2019, which is more than a year ahead of time of the lighting survey that he relies on for putting the lights in, by saying the survey came back positive. The survey came back negative, but the survey was over a year after this email committing to the lights. Okay, so that's the May 3rd, 2019. Next one is February 18th, 2020. Okay, so this is another email to the provider saying, hey, we're having a board meeting tomorrow. Can I get the proposal? He wants the quote from the provider. This is at 12:17 p.m., which is the middle of the day. Okay, so we're going to close that. The next one, 3/25/20. Let's see. Okay, here's another email. Okay, his email is at almost 3 o'clock, but it's 3:03 p.m., not a.m., where he's responding somewhat angrily to a resident who's insisting that the bylaws be followed. His response, can tell you I have no interest in going back and forth with emails indicating what bylaws say and what they don't say. The budget was voted upon and approved by the members that were at the open meeting. Again, this is sort of a sleight of hand. He's saying, hey, the budget was approved. So he came up with sort of a few steps to get the lights in without an assessment. It wasn't following the bylaws. But as you can see, 3:03 p.m. All right, 3:25. Okay, 9:30:20. All right, let's see. Okay, so this next email, I really feel, is what forms the basis for him starting to lay a foundation now that no one should believe anything from me, because this makes him look quite culpable for intentionally working around the assessment. If you ask me, you can judge for yourself. Where is that? 9:30:20. Okay, there it is. Sorry. So this is the email. This is also included in the longer video, the switcheroo, and there's also an independent YouTube with just this email because it's quite important. First of all, if I made this up, I would make it easier to understand. Okay, you have to actually read from the bottom to top and comprehend like 2 paragraphs in order to understand the meaning. This is not capable of being boiled down into a soundbite and still making sense. So, I promise you I didn't make this. I didn't make this up. This is where the resident is explaining, hey, don't change the bylaws. Hey, this was when he sent out something to everyone with like the percentages and, you know, somebody hired a lawyer and so this resident is sort of new to the game and says, wait, okay, I'm looking at these percentages from what you have. Neither reaches 66%. Don't change the bylaws because any change in the bylaws right after what would have been a failing assessment is going to just stink rotten to a court. It's going to look really a lot like it was a workaround. And let's see. And Hickson's quite persistent. But this is what is unfortunately, it's unfortunate for him this is out there, but it's fortunate for the Homeowners Association members that need the truth out and need to have a president they can trust, because this demonstrates, in my opinion, he's not worthy of trust, because it says, I appreciate it, and I agree that's why we didn't go the route of going to court, the chance that we may lose. The solution is going to be a very small bylaw, and I'll have you take a look at it. This will require 51% of the people at a special meeting, which I don't think will be hard to get. So he has a really good reason to make you think that I can't be trusted and that I made this all completely up. I didn't make it all completely up. I didn't make any of it up. Okay, so that's that. And then we have another email, 9:32. Let's see, no, that's, okay, sorry. I'm watching Post-it notes, 3:22:23. Okay. The next email is way down here. Okay, where is it? Okay, there it is. So there's an email. Again, this was in response to a resident seeking transparency. There are a lot of specific points. The resident ended the email with a question. That's me. You know, I heard some things that didn't match my personal facts, which were, you know, that they called a company that I had already talked to and they'd never heard of us. So I'm saying, did they use my name? Did they use the name of the subdivision? No response whatsoever. Very specific transparency requests. The only response is a somewhat menacing, oh, response to this and everything else coming soon. You will love it. To me, that's menacing. He didn't answer anything substantively and just gave these words of no meaning. I still don't know what they mean. Anyway, this was at 12:54 p.m., not 3 a.m. So anyway, I hope you're not too offended that I would want to share the actual truth with you. The foundation he was laying at the meeting, I feel he's been laying, so that you don't believe anything that I put on the internet. It feels similar to when he started laying a foundation about a year ago to everyone that I was mentally unstable, because he knows that I'm blowing the whistle and he doesn't want people to look at what I'm blowing the whistle about. And the first thing that anybody does to a whistleblower is discredit them, because they need you to think that I'm making it all up. They cannot have you believe what I'm saying is true. Anyway. So if I wasn't being called a liar, I would wonder if I was doing it right, quite frankly. Thank you. That's it for now.